I'm gonna start with the blend brush, which is part of the sale, and Mirage highlight, which is also a part of the sale. And I'm gonna use that Mirage as my bronzer with the blend brush. So I'm gonna start there. Doesn't take too much. And because it is a highlight color, it's nice and creamy and blendable, so you can kind of get it to your liking. So that is Mirage highlight. Cinnamon highlight is also a part of the sale, the August rush sale, but this is Mirage, which I think I looked at the two and I think this would work for more people. So this is the one that I wanted to show you that can be used as a bronzer. You can also mix it with several lip colors. Like if you've got a lip color that, like a lot of times I love a light color on my cheek, but I don't love them on my lips. So I might like something like Frenchie, love it on my cheeks, don't love it on my lips too light. So I might mix this, like line my lips with it first and then mix it a little bit with it, and that would be nice. So Mirage highlight. Next up is the buff brush. So the buff brush gives the fullest coverage. So I'm gonna stipple into that anywhere I wanna apply my main highlight and I just really need more coverage. I'm going to use the buff brush. So you can do that instead, I mean, you buff it on, I know, crazy, who would have thought? So I'm gonna try that on this half of the face and you can kind of see the coverage that I'm getting. I wish I had a little bit more breakout today, but if you have rosacea, acne, melasma, age spots, really dark under eye, this is the brush that you want, and you want to put that on in that stippling motion. And I'm going to avoid that under eye because I don't want to do too much product there. All right, so buff brush, full coverage, and it is going to be 50% off. So you get two high quality brushes. If you don't have high quality brushes, you can't get high quality application. You need those high quality tools. So that's gonna be $20 for two brushes. Check those prices at Ulta and compare those. Crazy. The next brush is the blend brush. I touched on that. I like to use it to lightly color correct under my eye. Anytime I'm doing under eye, I wanna use the blend brush because it'll make sure that I don't use too much product. So I can very lightly use my brightening shade, kind of lift up to give myself some lift. And that way I ensure that I'm not getting too much product. Again, I used it as a color corrector first, and then I'm lightly gonna dust my brightener on that under eye circle and blend it around. I put it in the areas that I wanna concentrate it, areas that don't have a ton of texture. So that blend brush is wonderful for that. And then I don't have contour yet, but you're gonna pretend I do. And I can use this for my blush as well. And I'll go ahead and grab a blush that's gonna be in the sale, which is Candy. So Candy is gonna be part of the Ace of Shades collection, which is a really great Christmas gift because it's 5 lip and cheeks in a really cute, like looks like a deck of cards, get it? And it's got Candy, which is a really great everyday shade, Venice, which everyone loves, which we didn't think we could get anymore. We were all sad that we can't have it right now. So you can only get it in this collection. Pop, which is this one right here. It's got a little bit of gloss, a really nice red. You can use that on your lips. And it's got several other colors. Pinky Promise, which is like a matte pink, and it has, I'm missing one. La Cienega, which is over here as well. So this brush is great for applying your blush. Put a little bit more, I know I'm mixing colors here. And then also you can get a really light airbrush look. So on this side, I use the buff brush, my full coverage brush, but if I wanted to apply my main highlight with this, especially for little girls who we all know don't need to be wearing makeup because they have perfect skin, but they want to play in it because they're those preteen kind of things, this is a great brush for them because they're going to get an airbrush finish and they can't pick up too much product and really gunk that on their face. So if I want to apply my main shade with that, I really hope I didn't get this red blush in it, we'll see. I can get a really nice, soft airbrush look with this blend brush. So huge fan of the blend brush. I did it with bronzer. I really do it for blush, but I mainly use it every day to ensure I don't get too much product under eye and my makeup application looks natural. And again, for preteens, blend brush. All right, threw on the rest of my face so that it matched, and I'm gonna I could show you La Cienega, which is another of the colors that comes in our Ace of Shades collection. I like it on my lips. You can obviously use it on your cheeks as well. And then we also have all of our scented solid perfumes. So they're all made out of the Rose Gold Illuminator, our most popular cream illuminator. And so there's different scents that are gonna be available. My favorite is number 3, which is kind of reminds me of an Abercrombie or Hollister back in the day. So I don't know if it's just the product of my generation, but I love like the musky, amber, sultry kind of smells. My husband says I just like cologne, I like manly smells. But we're gonna use that to draw attention to where we want people's eyes to look. So making our eyes look larger. You can do, I think, all of this scents. I don't know if number 2, I don't know that I saw number 2 in the sale, but I know that I saw 1, 4, 3, 4, 6. So I'm thinking most of them, I may have just be missing them. And so a couple of them are 30% off, some are 40% off. So there you'll just have to look at the different scents and read the descriptions and kind of see what you like. But the Rose Gold Illuminators are, with the solid perfumes, are in there, as well as Goldie Illuminator, which is a powder illuminator, so it's gonna give a higher shine. I'm gonna be really easy with that because it can be like hardcore, and I don't know that I want hardcore right now. I also use them as eyeshadows. Let me just swatch it for you. Oh, well, there's something else on my hand right there because I'd already swatched, but you can see that it's a very pigmented, very shiny glitter. So Goldie Illuminator and Glamazing, which is the same kind of thing but silver, are also in this sale. So let me show you Glamazing really quickly, but a lot of shine, real high shine with those powder illuminators. So you can get that. Everybody loves Glamazing. I'm a fan of the gold ones more, but just from my color palette. Next stop on our August Rush journey is the line brush. So that's going to give you a really thin, precise line so that you can do your brows as well as your eyeliner. I'm using shadow contour in my brows, and I'm just kind of filling them in where they're patchy. But you've got, I mean, you can brush them down and really see where you're going. You've got a really thin end, and then you have a spoolie end on the other side so that you can use our brow wax, which brings me to the fact that they're also in the 40% off range, I believe, have the setting spray and the brush cleaner in a pack with the travel size. So it's a great way to try them out and make sure that you like them. The setting spray smells like the beach. I love it. So I'll spray that to activate my brow wax on my spoolie end of the line brush, which is also part of the sale, which I probably should have finished filling in my brow first, but you get the point. I don't want to waste your time. And then that will not keep them nice and separated throughout the day. I know brows are in. I'm not great at brows, so you guys will just have to do that for me. But yeah, brow wax, you can apply the color with the small end and then apply the wax with the spoolie end. Get them nice and fluffy looking. That line brush is also going to apply your Black Friday cream eyeliner, which I'll do in a second after I finish showing you some of the eyeshadows in the sale. Now that our brows are nice and fluffy, we'll talk about the powder brush, which is also part of the sale. Some people actually use this because it's such a nice little shape. It fits right in our powder. You can use any powder with it, but you can use that to set your makeup. Obviously, some people use this in like a powder bronzer if you're a fan, to press that over their contour line as well. But yeah, so powder brush, you can actually use it to apply the cream if you like a full coverage. It does give a really, as it's so dense, so that it puts the powder on evenly, it will give a fuller coverage. Or you can finish off with the setting spray, which is also part of the sale in the travel size. I'm gonna spray that right in my mouth. And it comes with the brush cleaner, which if you don't have, this conditions your brushes as well as gets that bacteria out, so you really need that. This one smells like kind of cotton candy, Swedish. Everybody always says, oh, your makeup smells so good, but it's because I use the brush cleaner so often and the brushes are going in the makeup. And the setting spray smells like the beach, like sunscreen to me, like coconut kind of thing, but not like sticky, sweet Bath and Body Works, gross smelling. So travel set is a great deal. I played in all the colors. This isn't even all the eyeshadows in the sale, but you can tell that there are several gorgeous ones. I didn't want to do two of my eyes different, but I'll do a couple of them and show you some looks with them. But some of my favorites in there are Hot Chocolate. There's Bayou, Everest, Finn, a great neutral, but hot chocolate everybody needs to have. Moscow looks totally wrong on the website. If you're a woman of color, you need Moscow. It is, every time I do a makeover on a woman of color, I'm like, please let me put this on you because it's gorgeous. I believe we got Leo, yes, Leo, Stardust, Eve. Eve is a little similar to Ken, which is down here. You can kind of see the difference. Eve is a little more red under it, whereas Ken is just a straight purple. We've got Mija Ginger. I love this for my blue-eyed girls to pop. This, you can't tell on the website. This is As You Wish. So imagine if Opal's Fires weren't green and instead it was like a purple and pink, but with like a light peach base. So it's an underrated color because you can't tell what color it is. Even in the tin, it looks like it's just gonna be a cream color. and you can't see that iridescent under it. So it's a crazy, like when you put it on, it's insane. What else have I stopped out? There's Stay Golden, which you can barely see. So it's a nice matte gold color. You can use it as a base. Cranberry. We've got, what else is in here? Holly, Claire. Is that Everest? Where's Everest over here? That's Everest. So I'm not even sure what all I've swatched at this point. But I love some of these, and I will do an eyeshadow look and show you what I used. I'm going to start with the base of Tangerine because I feel like it's an underrated color that people wouldn't think that they like because they're like, ooh, it's orange, it's orangey brown, but it really actually makes a nice base for a lot of eyeshadow looks. I'm applying that with a smudge brush, which I don't believe is in the sale, but that's okay. I might even just do that in the crease, and then I can show you Stay Golden on my lid for another nice neutral. But definitely grab you some of these sale eyeshadows. They're highly pigmented. They're 2.5 grams. So if you go to buy an individual color from MAC or something, the hardest thing about a palette is you buy a palette, you know, it's $150 and you use 3 or 4 of the colors in it, and then the rest just gets wasted. So I would rather create my own palette with only the colors that I need. And again, if you're going to go buy an individual color at MAC or Clinique or Urban Decay, you are going to spend more. Where's that Stay Golden? Stay Golden, just on the lid. You're gonna spend more for less product if you were to buy an individual color. So 2.5 grams is a huge eyeshadow. They are highly pigmented, so equivalent to something like a MAC or like one of your upper end eyeshadow brands. I didn't realize when I started that all eyeshadow is not created equal. Let's do a little bit of that As You Wish that I said changes colors. Oh, here it is. It looks so different, as our kind of highlight shade up in our brow and in our in our inner corner, I mean. So we'll stick that there. And then I want to show you that ginger for that pop. I love ginger, big fan. Making myself right now not quote Gilligan's Island so that I don't scare you all away. But my daddy would be proud. So there's a little bit of that. And then I love Crush, and I forgot to show it to you swatched. So I love Crush. And then we'll maybe go back to that line brush that we did earlier to do our ginger as eyeliner as a pop of color. There's Crush. Crush I swatched this last one, this bottom one next to Ken. So very bottom of my arm. So there's Crush. It's just a nice neutral shimmer, pretty light. If you're a one color eyeshadow girl, it's something that you can do. And then let's take one of our darker colors. Another one I didn't swatch for you was Labyrinth. No, Amethyst. Which one was in there? Labyrinth, I'm making up. Amethyst is in the sale. So let's do Amethyst. And we're gonna take that under eye. I'm using the small end of the eyeshadow brush. We're gonna throw that on as some eyeliner. And then, don't look at my wrinkles on my forehead. This is why I have them from doing all this. Not really, it's from teaching high school. And being like, what are you doing? All the time, what are you talking about? So, there's some Amethyst. We can use that to deepen that outer corner and draw our eyes out. You get the point. I won't make you watch this whole step. Now that we've deepened our corners, we're gonna go back to that setting spray. Remember the travel size one's in the sale. We are going to spray our line brush, which is also in the sale that I used up for my brows earlier. And we are going to dip into that ginger for a nice little, instead of using Black Friday eyeliner, I'm gonna use an eyeshadow as an eyeliner, as a nice little pop of color, especially against, I really like ginger on all color eyes, but obviously blue and orange are complementary. So it's a really fun little pop. I don't know if you can see it. It never shows as well in the video, but there we go. So I'm doing ginger as some eyeliner. Several of our actual like straight up glitters are in the sale as well. Like Dollywood, I think I saw was in there. La La Land was in there. So if you like straight up glitter, then we got you covered as well. And again, you can use our Black Friday cream eyeliner and apply that with this line brush as well. So I can't cover every single thing that's in the sale, but I tried to give you a good rundown of a lot of my favorites. Thinking I will change my mind and I'll go in and add a tiny bit of that Black Friday eyeliner on the ends. It may mess up my ginger a little bit, but being blonde with blonde eyelashes, I just need a little extra oomph. I'm not someone that can tight line. You can use this on the lower lash as well, but I like a softer look like we did with that amethyst shadow. All right, I'm gonna throw on some mascara. I'll try to take you a picture of the finished look. It's always easier to see eyeshadow that way. Again, thank you all for support during the sale. I hope you guys get some great deals. Love that Ace of Shades for a Christmas present. I'm sure those will go fast, but there's a lot of great stuff. The brushes and that Ace of Shades, those are the top thing. Those travel sprays, it's a great deal. And so thank you guys for your support as always.